what's the connections between the lies we tell ourselves and the manifestation of things?
I think we all like examples, so I'm just going to give an example of a story that I literally went through yesterday with someone. So one of the lies that um, someone discovered when doing this process with me was I am disappointed with myself because I gave up on my business when things got hard. And it's such a simple thing, but what happened after was incredible. And so all that we did was slow it down. And so I asked the question, is it true? And he actually right away found it's actually not true, because giving up on a business means closing shop. And he was still meeting clients, he was still showing up. He was maybe not as enthusiastic about it, but he was still doing it. So first of all, he never gave up. But he thought he gave up and was a loser basically in this situation. And then third question is, how do you feel when you believe the thought that you're sad about yourself because you gave up on your business when it got hard? And it was the most powerful thing ever. He literally walked me through, he just checked in with himself and saw himself believing the thought and what it does. And he gave himself the answers to all the questions he's been asking himself for the last 20 years. So he said, when I believed the thought that I gave up on my business when things got hard, here, let me see, because I wrote it down. I start to think about everything that was a challenge. I start to think about every single failure I've had. I start to go into all the bad places. And then I try to come up with an excuse of why that went wrong. And I try to make myself feel better about it and say, oh, that was because of this and that was because of this. And then he tries to not think about it anymore. So number one, the first lie, the first response is that when you think that you've done bad, all that you see is all the bad things to confirm it. So you believe that lie and then you reinforce it because your mind immediately goes only to the failures. And then in the second step, he's trying to make it okay. So he's trying to come with all the excuses why those failures happened. So if you're coming up with excuses, you're not addressing it. And what is the result? You're not improving. And that again reinforces that you think that you're failing because you're not improving. So the second step was, as a result, just from believing the thought, mind you, that was the only question that was asked, just from believing that one toxic thought, all that was happening was making excuses, so he wouldn't progress. And so that would again reinforce the belief that he's not successful. And then third, if none of that works, if he couldn't even come up with an excuse, he would just try to distract himself with video games, TV, media, news, whatever he could find get his hands on. And so again, by avoiding it, by not thinking about it, by pushing it away, we're not improving. And so we're kind of giving up and we're not succeeding. And again, it reinforces the belief. And so he never gave himself even the chance to look at it, to think about it, and to improve. And that's one of those cycles that you can see when you look at this.